Live from the Student Union. I'm Kaylee Snyder.
And I'm Josh Walker. Coming up on today's show, UNF burglar identified.
An update on the first round of info requested by DOGE.
Mental health in finals.
Class registration struggles.
A quick UNF Sharks reminder.
And of course, we've got a sports and weather update. So stay tuned and enjoy the show. A suspect in the case of the Petway Hall burglaries has been identified, who faces 5 burglary charges, 2 theft charges, and multiple other felony charges for incidents taking place both on and off campus, including stealing a UNF alumnus car. 33-year-old Charles Baker Jr. was a temporary custodian working for UNF who was hired by a third-party temporary staffing agency. Spinnaker reached out to a university spokesperson who provided a statement. The suspect was not a UNF employee. He was employed by a temporary staffing agency which was required to run background checks on any temporary employees working on UNF's campus. UNF officials have met with the agency to determine how the temporary employee was allowed to work on campus. The agency uses a third-party service to conduct background checks and is investigating how the background check on this employee failed to catch his criminal history. Effective immediately, the agency will switch to using the same background screening service that is currently used by UNF. The agency will provide the results of the background checks for review by UNF's Office of Human Resources before the agency's temporary employees are permitted to work on UNF's campus. According to reports, Baker Jr. was able to burglarize 2 offices because he stole 2 keys, as well as stealing 2 laptops and a professor's credit card. In off-campus incidents, he coincidentally stole a UNF alumnus car and also unlawfully detained another woman in this car. It was because of this incident that the police were able to identify him as the Petway Hall burglar. Baker is being held at a pretrial detention facility and is set to appear in court on May 13th.
We have an update on the Florida Department of Government efficiency letter to UNF. As another letter was sent requesting information from the university, this is in regards to its plans to cut unnecessary program, courses, staff, and any other inefficiencies. In the first round of information requested, UNF had to provide details about grants awarded to UNF, including application notices of awards and grant agreements. Information was also requested about research published by staff, including drafts and papers made available to the public, and the author's name, title, and position. Finally, UNF had to provide the Florida DOGE with details about every filled and vacant position held by employees with non-instructional roles, like their salary and description. All of this information had to be provided by today, April 18th. There is more that UNF has to provide due by April 30th, so be sure to read about it on Spinnaker.com.
Well, we have our very special guest anchor back, Josh Walker. Austin was unable to be here today, so thank you, Josh, for stepping in. How you doing?
I'm doing great, and yourself?
I'm doing great too. It's been a good day. Easter weekend is coming up. Do you have any plans?
I do not really have much plans other than eating a bunch of food and maybe
That's a good plan.
Catching up on a little bit of sleep.
That's a good plan.
What
Sounds
about
like a
you?
good day. Nothing too special. My family has kind of a weird Easter tradition that involves eating Mexican food. But,
Interesting.
It's kind of an interesting one, but it's fun. It's a good time. So I wonder what the weather is going to be like on Easter.
I don't know. I think there might be someone who can give us the answer to that. Do you know?
I think it could be Annette with our weather update.
Let's take it.
Good afternoon, Ospreys, and happy Good Friday. I'm here with your weather report. Currently, it is 82 degrees outside, and it is sunny and warm. A good day to drive with the windows down. Temperatures are still going to be warm near the end of the day, and this week is going to be a mix of sunny and partially cloudy weather. This weekend on Sunday, Easter Sunday, is going to be sunny with some partial cloudiness, so if you're spending the day outside, I say go for it. Saturday is the UNF game inside of Vivant Stadium. The weather shouldn't be a concern because the stadium is indoors, but regardless, let's go Ospreys. Monday is looking a little cloudy, but there's not going to be any rain on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. So again, today's going to be sunny and warm. This weekend is going to be partially cloudy weather, especially on Easter Sunday, and this week temperatures are going to hit 90 degrees, and it's going to be warm. So it's a beautiful week, Ospreys. I know we're in the home stretch, but we got this. I'll see you next time.
As finals gets closer, studying may make you feel stressed. That's why Alexander Jenkins has some tips to get you through the end of the semester.
Stress can be a good thing, but as deadlines get nearer, you may be feeling a bit overwhelmed.
As finals approach, I think all of the students tend to see this increase in anxiety, in sadness in terms of like, oh, maybe I didn't get the grades that I received, or like worse, that like I'm not going to get the grades that I receive.
As you prepare for finals and projects, it is important to know how to cope and relax.
Focus on what are the coping mechanisms that you do. And that can be, for me, for instance, like I love my PlayStation. So I know whenever stress reaches a certain point, I'm gonna spend an hour or two playing PlayStation. Also, utilize other people. Don't isolate yourself. Get enough sleep. I think sleep is something that is crucial. You might not feel it, but if you don't get enough sleep, your performance will go down for sure.
If you need help with stress, you can also visit the counseling center.
I encourage all of the students to come in much sooner rather than later. Do not wait until, hey, I'm having stress right now and I need help right now. Come to us before so that we'll help you prepare for what life has to throw at you, because life is really good about throwing us curveballs.
To learn more about the Counseling Center, you can visit their website. For now, Alexander Jenkins, Spinnaker TV.
According to a press release from UNF, the city of Jacksonville has approved $3 million to be spent on an esports arena called the Flight Deck, coming to the Student Union next year. The space will feature PC gaming stations, a competition stage for live tournaments and team play, a broadcast studio for live streaming, and more. UNF claims that the esports arena, projected to grow to over $6.3 billion by 2030, goes far beyond gaming and will have a direct impact on the future of Jacksonville's workforce. President LeMayem says, "We are so appreciative of the support from Mayor Deegan and the City Council as UNF Esports is poised to transform Jacksonville into a premier center for digital innovation and gaming. This is a significant milestone for our university and the entire community. We couldn't be more excited about the opportunity to enhance innovative technology in our region." UNF hopes that the esports facility will allow UNF to attract more students to pursue STEM careers in science, computing, and engineering. And here is your friendly reminder that UNF's first unofficial football game is happening at 6 p.m. tomorrow at the VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena, with the Jacksonville Sharks taking on the Osprey colors and the name. So be sure to go support your Ospreys.
And now to Ryan for your sports update.
Hello everyone, your athletic teams are attacking the end of their season like you all are attacking the end of your classes. And as a result, let's get right into this week's UNF Sports Update. The UNF beach volleyball team bounced back in a big way this past weekend following a tough 5-game road trip to the West Coast, as they won all 5 of their matches between JU and Mercer. This success brought the Ospreys' record to 5-0 this season against the Dolphins on the sand, and will be a huge confidence booster ahead of a date with the number 8 Texas Longhorns in Austin tonight. On the hardwood, 3 of the Ospreys men's basketball players that entered the transfer portal have found new homes so far. First, point guard Jalen Smith announced his intentions to join East Tennessee State University, and then Liam Murphy announced he would be committing to Purdue University. Lastly, Josiah Miles committed to Indiana University, setting up a scenario where Murphy and Miles will play and represent the Ospreys at least 2 times next year on the Power Conference level as a part of a storied rivalry. Moving to the hard courts, the men's tennis team took home a few ASUN regular season awards as Andreas Scott swept the ASUN Player of the Year and Scholar Athlete of the Year awards, while also teaming up with Bruno Vietri to win the ASUN Doubles Pair of the Year. Yesterday morning, they took down Lipscomb 4-2 in the first round of the ASUN Men's Tennis Championships and will take on number 1 seed North Alabama later today for a chance to make the finals. The Ospreys women's tennis team also took home some hardware as Lori Berensa earned first team All-ASUN, while Ariana Bartlett earned second team All-ASUN and ASUN All-Freshman team distinctions. As the number 2 seed in the ASUN Championships, UNF earned a first-round bye and will take on the winner of North Alabama and Austin Peay for a spot in the finals. Lastly, the softball team suffered their first ASUN loss of the season to West Georgia this past weekend. However, they still took the series 2-1 and sit at an impressive 15-1 in conference play. They will look to learn from the loss as they take on the JU Dolphins at home this weekend in the River City Rumble. That's all I have for you today. See you next time.
And before we go, yesterday, as many of you know, there was a shooting on the Florida State's campus. So Spinnaker would like to express our deepest love and support towards the entire FSU community.
As we end our show today, we encourage fellow UNF students to offer support to anyone who is affected.
And remember to consider donating to support college media at UNF through the link in the description below.
And for all things Spinnaker, check out our website at unfspinnaker.com.
And be sure to follow us on our Instagram at UNF Spinnaker and check out the rest of our YouTube for more content.
As always, thank you for watching. I'm Josh Walker.
I'm Kaylee Snyder. We'll see you next week on Spinnaker's Nest News.